Opera SM with a playthrough of the Ichorid StD legal deck that I'm using for both the right and the left nodes. In this deck, basically, you just want to dump Ichorids into your graveyard and then have discard outlets to keep recurring them every turn or every other turn. This is a great start for that in the sense that we can fill our graveyard with Ichorids very quickly with Gather the Pack. We'll just need to find some discard outlets to make things work there. We're playing against Koth, so just kind of a little side note, against Koth, almost always you just want to take red matches away from him because his other mana gains are shit. So just take his red mana gains and you will have pretty smooth sailing against him because all his other gains are really mediocre. Garruk has plus gains to green and black and a little to red. So let's see what we can do here. So we've got Gather the Packs on top, which is good. Could get green matches several different ways here, which is probably what we do. I think we take a green match that could get a match into a blue match or a loyalty match. We'll see what happens here. And this is the left node, so we are drawing a card and getting half mana on it, and our opponent is doing the same. So that is good to know. So we're going to want to probably fire off this Nissa's Rev as soon as possible. Buried Alive is much less good than Gather the Pack, so I'm going to get rid of it. So let's see what we got here. We can get a white match into... No, we don't want to take the white match because that will give him a red match. So we definitely don't want to do that. Again, we're playing defensive against Koth, so we want to make sure we don't give him a red match and take them away when we can. We could get a blue match. We can get loyalty match. Oh no, this is a tough board here. It's actually interesting if we want to play the Nissa's Revelation here and get rid of some of the other stuff in our hand to get a discard outlet, since we already have 4 creatures in our graveyard, 5 creatures in our graveyard actually, or if it's better to just try to slow roll it a little and get another Gather the Pack. We have to win within 10 turns as well, so that's something else to keep in mind. I don't know here, and this is actually a tough situation to figure out what the move is here too. So I think I probably am just going to either take the blue match that I can get here. Yeah, I don't know. I can take a blue match into hopefully getting a white match. I guess I'll just do that. I'm not going to take forever on the video because I always take fucking forever, and I'm not going to do that. Sorry for the cursing, but I am a little over it. So let's see, what's opponent doing? Great, so we're going to steal their red match here. Ooh, they got some gross cascades. Ooh, Anger is a cool new card. So the normal paper version of Anger goes to your graveyard and their creature gets haste. Yep, he gets haste in the graveyard and then he either gets buffed or breaks gems. That's pretty cool. Insidious Dreams is fantastic. So what we're going to do actually is Gather the Pack, Elemental Bonds, and then get into Insidious Dreams. So we're just going to take their red match and their white match. I'm not even going to think much more about it just because, and this is great because Insidious Dreams will discard all those guys, and now we're going to get a bunch of Ichorids into play. So screw you, Greg. We're going to beat your ass. All right. Sorry, this is a saucy Bryce video here. And you notice we're drawing cards because we had the uncommon, whose name I can't remember for the life of me, from Origins for 5, which is great. That whenever you cast whenever a creature with power 5 or greater, or 3 or 4 or greater comes into play under your control, you get to draw a card. So it's great. But look at this. We're kicking Greg's butt. We're on turn 3 here, and we're going to be dealing him a shit ton of damage here. So let's keep racking up the damage. Casual 80 damage on turn 3 against opponent, which is awesome. But we do need a discard outlet, so hopefully we've drawn into a discard outlet so we can get that. Because really what you need in this deck, you need to get your Ichorids in the graveyard, but then we have 3 other discard outlets and ways to just get them multiple turns. We kind of got a great draw, so if we can fire off this Insidious Dreams, we can get a turn 4 win here. We're pretty close in that we could either get a black match or a green match for 7 out of the 8 mana to Insidious Dreams and get our Ichorids back again, but we already have 12 Ichorids in the graveyard. Yeah, just one of the best starting hands you could get in this deck is Gather the Pack and Insidious Dreams and something else. So let's see if there's a way to get 8 mana really quickly here. The green match on top could give us a chance to get a red match 4 afterwards. Black match on the bottom doesn't help a lot too. Whatever, we're not going to take forever. If we get a turn 5 win instead of a turn 4 win, who cares? Yeah, so we'll just do that, and then we should just win here. So let's see, we can get we'll just take the black match here and not think too hard about it. Actually, probably could have taken a lesser match to actually get less mana to discard more cards, but that's fine. So we're drawing, and we'll get a crap ton of Ichorids into play here and get what should be, I believe, a turn 5 win here. Yeah, I love this deck. It's just fun. It's kind of like an Eternal, so Eternal in paper is Legacy or Vintage, Dredge decks or Graveyard-based decks. They just operate on completely different axes than a lot of other decks do. So this deck, you might be like, there's a lot of people who are advocating, and they're not necessarily wrong in that sense, advocating for running some non-targeted removal to deal with opponent nut draws guys revenge. I'm of the philosophy that if I'm playing a combo deck, I really want to focus on consistency and speed and getting the combo to fire off. Because we dealt, we swung for 80 a previous turn and we swung for 96 on this turn. So that is this combo deck. You can also run it on the right note as well. Hope you all enjoyed this playthrough. I have recorded an earlier video with a deck tech going in a little more detail about what cards are in the deck, card choices, and a little bit about sequencing and the sorts of things you need for this deck. Hopefully this is helpful. Bye-bye.